Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you for coming today. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ardiansyah Djafar. I am a student of English Study Program at Halu Olio University 2012. For today, I'd like to talk about how can teacher help the learners to use their learning style effectively. Ladies and gentlemen, the reasons why I choose this topic because according to the Felder and Brams, the greater learning occurs when teaching and learning style match. Means that teacher is not expected to use his or her teaching style according to the student preference. As example, if the teacher is a student with a particular learning style, of course, other students with different learning styles will feel left out, and it will make them don't know how to learn using their less preferred learning style. That's why, as the teacher, we have to adopt a balanced teaching style in order to help our learners effectively in learning and become more flexible in the way they learn. But, ladies and gentlemen, there is a question that becomes our concerning today, namely, what kind of way that teacher can use to help the learners? To answer these questions, I have divided my presentations into three main points here. The first point, teacher can help the learners by assessing how they learn, how their previous experience with the material, and how their skill change over the course. And the second way, teacher can create a multi-sensory lessons and setting up the classroom. And the last point, teacher can use learner-centered strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, to get time efficient and effectively, let's start to the first way that can teacher use to help learners to use their learning style effectively. As we know that as the teacher, when we teach a student with different experience and different way of learning, of course, it's one of the most challenging aspects of our job as the teacher, right? So, according to the Yale Teaching Center, in the following strategies, I mean that the first step that teachers should do in the following strategies on purpose to reach all students, teacher can assess how they learn by give them a material and then review about the material, and then hold their previous experience with the material by giving them brainstorming, and hold their skills change over the course by giving them mid-test or final test in the final meeting. But ladies and gentlemen, in other way to implement this approach, teacher can take split class as the reason to indicate whether the difference among students either from their motivations, experience, or their learning style itself. And indeed, it has been proven where assessment through split class, it can make teacher know that their teaching style have already been suitable with the student needs or not. And this activity, it can make teacher easier to know what is the most learning style that learner use in one classroom. And besides that, this approach gives teacher opportunity to design or to set their method and their strategy in order to incorporate all three learning styles. Ladies and gentlemen, the second way that can teacher use in addressing a various learning style, teacher can create a multi-sensory lessons and setting up the classroom. But before that, we have to realize that as the teacher, where our young learner don't all learn in same manner. They need a new of experience in order to help them focus on the material at hand. And creating a multi-sensory lesson and an environment are the great way to meet this goal. According to the Jeremy, when the teacher are engaged in lessons, Teachers should make sure that they have included things like a song, a dance, an art or craft project, or a play or drama in order to make so meaningful learning. But we don't forget to set our classroom to become interesting on purpose, just to make our student focus on the material visually and mentally. In other words, providing environment that conducive to learn and planning lessons by using multisensory approach are the great way to help the teacher in teaching students to be more fun and focused. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we are in the last point, but last not last, because we are, as the teacher, we can use learner-centered strategies to help our learners. As we know that in traditional classroom teaching technique, teacher more focus on the audio and visual learning style. They means that in traditional classroom teaching technique, teacher must much focus on the learners with kinesthetic learning. They often forget to train the student with auditory and visual learning. So we hope that through these strategies, teacher can combine visual and auditory learning by in their teaching technique by providing the student with visual or graphic as we give them notes. And however, it can be hard to incorporate kinesthetic learning all of the time. But don't worry, because we are, as the teacher, whenever possible, we have to look for the lesson in order to lend them to this type of learning. And to make it happen, we can give them simulation, role-playing, or actual experience what they have learned. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in my conclusion that in the teaching classroom, it's natural if there is a variety of learning style, experience, and motivations of students. Here, to make their teaching be more interesting and attractive, teachers should vary their instruction and involve students in whole teaching learning process. If you have questions, I give you time to ask. Okay, Arjun.
Thank you. Okay, my name is Ardiansyah. Thank you very much. It was a nice presentation. And there are many things that you have already said, but I just want to give us more explanation about one kind of activity in the classroom. As you have said before that dance. Can you give us more explanation how we can apply dance in the classroom? What kind of the activity?
Okay, actually your question related to my second way where a teacher can in addressing the various learning style, teacher can create a multi-sensory lesson, and as the teacher we have to make sure that our material should be illustrated in a song or a dance. Means that the dance here, teacher, example, teacher want to teach about example, the clue or the theme for our learning is about hotel service. The dance, teacher can make it into dance by make role play. So that that's not means we in Indonesia we something like joget, but here teacher make it into role playing where teacher can make a drama or play.
Well, your topic is about learning style. If you are a teacher, how can you identify your student learning style in the classroom in order to make your objective in the classroom is achieved by student?
Okay. It's next question. To answer this question, actually your question I have explained in my first way. To know the learner's style in learning, we can use we can assess the first thing that we can assess how they learn, and then how their preference with the material and how their skill change over the course. I mean that how they learn, teacher gives them the material, and of course every student have different style to learn the material. So from that, teacher it is one of the way that can teacher use to know what kind of learning style that student use. Okay, the last question.
Okay, how about the song? What the student can do to choose their learning style in song?
We know that in multisensory lesson, the focus of this approach on the auditory and visual learner. And to train the learner with audio learning style, we can use a song. We can use a song, to make them easier understanding about the material. Okay, I think that's all about my presentations, and thank you for paying attention. And I close by saying, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.